Hello, I hope y'all are having a great day. It is Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, and today I am back. Today I'm going to be talking about last Friday's very violent tornado outbreak and looking back at that. Um, and then also going to be talking about tomorrow because it does look like we could be seeing another severe weather event tomorrow. Uh, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Thank you for watching if you are. I really appreciate it. Uh, let's go ahead and get started. So, we're now up to 70 tornado reports for Friday alone, which I mean that's very rare for December. I mean that's rare for really any month, but I mean for December that's even more rare. We can clearly see our line of tornado reports right here from our quad state supercell. That's kind of the main deal. That's kind of what this tornado outbreak's known for at this point. We can see in this area of kind of like the St. Louis area. Uh, we had several other tornadoes into Illinois. Even down in Mississippi and Alabama, we had tornado reports too. So very widespread. This wasn't even a localized event. So our first EF3s is still being rated. I mean, I hope. I think National Weather Service of Paducah is working on this one still. But I mean, I hope every survey team takes as long as they can, because uh, or as long as they need. Uh, so these ratings aren't official yet, but right now, Monette, Arkansas to Sandburg, Tennessee. This is the first part of the Quad State Supercell, because I guess right now they're still saying I guess it lifted around the Tennessee Kentucky line. Um, but right now it's rated EF3 plus. There's a whole section on that. We had another EF3. This was the St. Charles storm. This was really right in St. Louis, in the St. Louis area. We had a death from this too. So not good at all. It was a high end EF3 tornado, which completely swept away two homes. Um, Very, I guess, old houses too. We go down further down the list. This was the second part of our quad state supercell right here. So this was the part that tracked from Case further into central Kentucky towards Dawson Springs and McDaniels. Uh, we had 51. We had a lot of deaths. So this is very. I mean, most of them were in Mayfield and other places too. There's this tornado. I can't. It's done several things I've never seen a tornado do before. Because I pretty much tracked this thing from when I was in Jonesboro almost until it died. But I fell asleep. But I think this is definitely gonna be. I don't want to like pre-rate here, so I'm not gonna talk much. I don't think this. I think this is definitely higher than the F3. It did in the F3, but right now the survey teams are still working on it. Uh, like I said, I hope they take as long as they need. Because I understand that this process of like surveying significant damage is very hard. Um, and Yeah, so I'll have to see about that. And also, I don't know if it's been completely made up yet. If the tornado lifted around the Tennessee Kentucky line, I gotta check on that. We had another EF3. I'm pretty sure this was the Bowling Green tornado. Yes, this is the Bowling Green tornado. Uh, Also an EF3. I'm pretty sure that's final though. Uh, that was a very long track tornado as well. It's at 120 mile. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had some very long tracking tornadoes, which is just really interesting for this. So we had two EF3s as well as we go into December 11th. Just this is like the other night, or not the other night. My bad. This is like this is the same event. It's just because this event was overnight. We had three EF3s again. One in Kentucky, a death from that. 15 deaths from one in Warren County, Kentucky, and then an EF3 which apparently is preliminary in Logan County, Kentucky. Uh, this is, I guess, was this another? Oh, there's several tornadoes. Okay, so this is another Bowling Green tornado, I guess. All right. It's, there's so much that's happened so much happened Friday night. It's just pretty much. I mean, I haven't seen anything like this since. I don't know what. I don't even know what event since I've been tracking weather. What event I could compare this to? I mean, I'm wanting to say Easter, uh, but I don't know. I'm not gonna compare it to anything. I don't want to worry about that. Uh, because this was a very devastating tornado outbreak. This was not like, this was a lot of people lost their life, yeah, a lot of people lost their lives. I mean, I didn't expect this at all. I think I said this last video, but I don't think I don't think anybody really expected what happened. Uh, yeah, so let's go ahead and start talking about the future now. So we do have a slight risk for severe weather tomorrow. Located in southern Minnesota, northern and central Iowa, and into a little bit of extreme western Wisconsin there. Um, and marginal risk goes down to really to Tulsa, kind of Fort Smith area. Kansas City's in that. It's not where Kansas City is, but a little further to the west there, right along the state line. But we got that Slayers of 5 tour. We're kind of right next to that, right up by that low 15 wind and not really much of a hail threat. So let's go over to COD here and take a look at the brand new HRRR run that has just come out. So we can see tomorrow at 21Z, which this is about 4 p.m., 4 p.m., depending which time zone you're in, Central Eastern. We see our low right in the middle of Nebraska there. Um, Nice cold front with some storms trying to go off in front of that in areas of central, or not really central, but eastern Nebraska. Um, Go ahead to the next forecast hour here. Let me get this back. Go ahead to the next forecast hour and see that line just really gets its act together. This low, I'm pretty sure this is snow right here. We can go take a look real quick just to make sure I'm correct. Okay, well, it's been cold brain at least. Yeah, this is a very dynamic storm system once again. This is about as dynamic as you could almost get. Like you have the snow on the back, the severe weather along the cold front. As you can see, the HRRR indicates a few of these little supercells. If you look right here, you can see a few little supercells. That's kind of what we're gonna want to be watching. I think the tornado threat will be a little more limited as you go down the Kansas City area, but damaging winds will be a threat for sure, and even in Kansas and Oklahoma there. But those little supercells are going to be what we want to watch. Let's go through Minneapolis, Rochester, and western Wisconsin before this line kind of gusts out and turns into mainly a damaging wind threat. And some of the same areas that are really getting severe weather could almost get snow on the backside of this. Very dynamic storm system, like I said before. We take a look at MLK here. Its stability is limited. To say the least. We have a bit of capping too, but generally, give it stability of about 500 to 1,000 joules here. Nothing. For December standards, not bad. This is almost close to what we had Friday night, because that was not a high instability event at all. Instability will be higher as you go down to Oklahoma, kind of that area. Take a look at UD elicity swaps. I don't like to build my any forecasts off of this, but you can kind of see where generally the models have greater helicity swaps, like it says, which really kind of northern Iowa, southern Minnesota there. Now I want to kind of look at the NAM 3, kind of for a bit of a comparison here, between where the lows are. So we got a 21Z Wednesday, and on the HRRR, surface low was pretty much the same location, but look pretty it looked dramatically different. We have our cold front here, some storms going off in front, but it was kind of similar, but I mean a bit different as it's a bit further to the west, maybe more further west solution. But we can still see by like 5, 6 p.m. we still have these storms going off all the way down to southern Kansas, going through Omaha. I'd say Omaha might have a little bit of a tornado threat tomorrow. Definitely. Both of these models kind of indicate maybe some supercell development in that area. See this go through Des Moines, this kind of broken line of storms, and gust out as it moves further into eastern Iowa, Wisconsin, in that area. I mean, generally, just from looking at this, I'd say the greatest tornado threat's probably this region right here. But they kind of confirm that. Let's go over to Pivotal Weather and take some soundings on the latest HRRR run. Because soundings will tell us a lot about what we have going on, and they'll be very helpful. So let's just go ahead and do that. So we go out to Wednesday afternoon. Let's take a sounding in the Omaha area right before the line of storms comes through. Bit contaminated. Well, I think it's still okay. Not. Let's get a new one real quick. Just to make sure. Oh, here we go. This one's less contaminated. So, definitely don't have a whole lot of instability. Moisture is good. I mean, 58 dews, kind of in the Omaha area in December. That's very significant. The shear is definitely there. I definitely say that's a 5 tour. The Hodo. I mean, definitely a high shear event. We'll have to see. As this moves further to the east, we can see by 23Z, which is 5, 6 p.m., we have our low in South Dakota there. Nice line of storms. Maybe some supercells. Let's try and take a sounding in southern Minnesota. Shear is okay. Thermos don't look that great, though. To be honest, take a sounding further to the south. Let's take one in southern Iowa. And shear profiles are a bit better, or mainly really thermos are a bit better. So I really think that with tomorrow, what's gonna kind of, I'd say generally the best tornado. I'd say the highest tornado threat will really just be centered right over Iowa, because you're gonna have kind of that area between because wherever that area where we have good thermos and like the great shear kind of meet, that's where we're gonna have our greatest tornado threat. That's a bit uncertain. So generally say I'd center it kind of right on Iowa, which is kind of what the SPC has done. Their 5%'s a bit further. Their 5% risk is in the Minnesota and Wisconsin as well, which I could definitely see. We can take a sounding in this area, and environment's definitely favorable. Thermos aren't that bad either. I mean they could definitely be better, but I mean supportive of a little bit of a tornado threat. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. I do definitely agree with the SPC's 5% in that area. I wouldn't say an enhanced risk is out of the question. I don't think it's too likely, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an enhanced risk issued for mainly kind of this area here. Let me redraw that. Wouldn't be surprised if we see an enhanced risk issued mainly for kind of this area. Maybe. Okay, I think you're gonna get the idea. I'm very, very bad at drawing circles tonight, where I want them to be. But yeah, generally think it's gonna be kind of in this area we could see an enhanced risk, like that center of that slight risk. But yeah, so that's that. It's almost all I have for tonight. We can see this storm system. It's going to be bringing this severe weather here in the GFS model. And then after that, looks like our next storm system will begin to impact the U.S. really starting Friday into Saturday. come out of the, eject into the plains. Then we have another one. We have another storm system impacting the northwest. That really doesn't do. GFS doesn't indicate that doing too much for us though. For the U.S. For the central and eastern U.S. I mean the northwest though could see some pretty big impacts with that as we go towards Saturday and Sunday. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will be back either tomorrow or Thursday. It's a bit hard right now because I have finals this week. Uh, so I have a lot of studying to do, but I'm gonna try to do one Thursday. But thank you for watching, and I will be back tomorrow or Thursday.